What is up guys, and welcome to another Red Dead Online video. Today we are talking about future roles that we would all like to see in Red Dead Online. Last week I did a video talking about the roles that I would like to see, just me specifically, and I said I would like to be a gold miner, a farmer, a fisherman, and also there to be a role where you get to choose to pick a side on the Braithwaites or the Greys and you have to fight against each other. In that video I also asked you guys what you would like to see as specific roles in the future for Red Dead Online, and that is what this video is about, and I in return will give my opinion on them, saying whether or not they are likely, whether or not they're not likely, whether or not I would like to see them or not. The first comment comes from Alex Grant, and he said, I would like to see roles where you can have NPCs in your camp and have them like a posse similar to nightclubs in GTA. For example, you could have a butcher and have a few ladies around the gang like Molly or Miss Grimshaw. From the story mode, it would be like your very own gang. This is something that I think will happen naturally. It sounds like the roles that we're getting, the free roles that we're getting for the summer update, the bounty hunter, the trader, and the collector, all sort of come around that camp area, and it does sound like we can go and upgrade the camp for the trader. So it sounds like there are going to be some things added to the camp. This I'm hoping will come naturally to Red Dead Online, where you do get to go and get other NPCs around your camp, and it's not so much a role where you lead the camp, it's just something that naturally happens, and then you have other ways to go and look into it. So you have a bounty hunter at the camp and you go and talk to them, go and get some information about a specific bounty, what gives more money, what is just not worth it, as well as you'll have the exact same thing with a trader. So you have a whole lot of meats in the back of the wagon. They'll then say, okay, if we go to this location then we'll get this much money but it's a higher risk. If we went to this location we'll get less money but it is a lower risk. So I'm hoping that NPCs will gradually come to Red Dead Online camp, and then you'll naturally just have this role without you having to opt in to go and do this role. The second comment comes from CK, and he said a rodeo mode, bull riding, chuck wagons, steer whistling, etc. This is something that I didn't know that I wanted until you said it, and this happens a lot when I go through your guys' comments. Rodeo mode, I have not seen anyone else talk about. I do not know if other people have been talking about it. I myself have never seen anyone else talk about it until you, CK, and honestly I want this now. I really want this. This could be a very fun mode to have in Red Dead Online. Instead of showdown modes, I would much rather have a rodeo mode instead of what we're getting for showdown modes right now. I know you said this as a role, but honestly I can honestly see this as something where it is something like a mode where you can just opt in at any point. If it is a role though, I can still see this having a lot of potential, with it being different challenges, slowly going up to harder bulls. The whole thing can be very sick to go and have. Next comment comes from Byron D, and he said stagecoach company, doctor on the go, sell supplies for properties that should be added, sheriff, bar owner, builder, and they could add hot air balloons. There's a few in there that I really like. There's some of them that I feel like is very specific. First of all, a builder, it depends what you're building. If you're building other people's properties, I feel like it could get a bit weird. Also with hot air balloons, that is something that I would like to see added to Red Dead Online, but I feel like that is a niche thing. I think there will be stuff where there's different types of vehicles added to Red Dead Online. If you didn't know, you can go all the way over to Armadillo, or somewhere between Armadillo and also Tumbleweed, and there is a crashed flying machine. That is also linked to the first ever Red Dead Redemption, where John Marston actually helps someone out and you have a flying machine mission. We then do have a hot air balloon mission within Red Dead Redemption 2 story, so I can see there being some sort of special vehicles place where you can go and get something different from horses and wagons, anything like that. So I hope this will definitely be a thing. Everything else though, I really like the sound of. A stagecoach company already plays a massive part within Red Dead Online, so I can definitely see that. A doctor on the go, you can go to the doctor to go and buy medicines and all that, but it would be cool if you can go and treat yourself with different stuff. Maybe there becomes illnesses within Red Dead Online. I feel like that may be taking it to a completely serious approach, but you could go and be able to go and level up a doctor for you to then go and get more and better medicines within Red Dead Online. Sell supplies for properties that should be added, something like that. I like the idea of selling supplies to go and build something, but not actually building something myself. I don't know, leave it in the comments down below of whether or not you guys would like to go and build houses for other people within Red Dead Online, because that one is the only one that I'm realistically skeptical of. The next comment comment comes from Vortex Soul, and he said, I would like to see army roles, or you can play as a Native American fighting against the army. This is something that would be cool as well. Very action packed, unlike the other stuff that we have already spoken about in this video. But something like this, I don't know how it will work out. I feel like at some point there will be Native Americans added to Red Dead Online. We have the Wapiti Reservation all the way at the top of the map, which you see quite a bit of within the Red Dead Redemption 2 story. You do not see too much about it in online, so I hope at some point there does become a update where it is strictly to do with that Wapiti area, because it is actually a very nice area, but there is no reason for you to actually go up there. So with something like this, I really like the sound of it. I think this is very similar to what I was saying, or what I would like to see with Greys and Braithwaites, with there being a war between them and you having to pick sides. This I feel could very well work out a very similar way, where you have to pick either the army or you go and pick the Native Americans and fight for either side. This I still feel like will be very cool. I would now either like this or the Greys versus the Braithwaites. The final comment comes from Mike Grace, and he says, I just want to be able to rob banks and stores without needing a mission first. This is something we all want to go and see within Red Dead. Heists, anything to do with train robberies, anything to actually just going up to a store, going to aim your gun at the person behind the counter and robbing the place. Something like this, it needs to be added to Red Dead Online. I hope that in the next 2 updates, if it's not part of a small thing within this update, I would like to go and see it as the next update. And when I say the next update, I mean on about like the stores and all that. Heists, unfortunately heists are going to be a thing that we may have to wait quite a while for. I think what Rockstar are trying to do is add a much higher role-playing element within Red Dead Online. With everything they're adding with roles, I think they're going to then take that into other things within the future of Red Dead Online. So if you go and pick a bounty hunter and then say a couple months, maybe even a year from now, that is when Rockstar go and add heists. If you are a very good bounty hunter that more or less specializes in weaponry, so you should have very good weaponry. Maybe there is a completely separate level to do with being a bounty hunter, and if you have a high level in bounty hunter, it means you get to unlock more stuff to do with weapons. Whereas if you went down the collector or a trader is going to be something where I feel like there's going to be a wagon involved, so that may mean that if you went into a heist, you're going to be better or more suited to someone that is going to be taking a wagon and driving everyone else round, the heist members round, to go and rob the banks. If you're a collector, maybe the collector then signifies that you are going to be the person that goes into that bank and then you have to go and collect the money, whilst the bounty hunter is trying to defend you and then shoot all the other people around. I do feel like these roles that are being added to Red Dead Online, they have a completely hidden meaning that no one else knows about right now, but it does mean that once you go to the outlaw stages later on, when they start updating this game, that is when you get to see what those roles entail, and that's when you go to get all the rewards from either being a trader, a collector, or a bounty hunter, because I can still see all 3 of them easily transitioning all the way over to a heist, so you can go and play both sides later on. Anyway, that's some of the roles that we would all like to see added to Red Dead Online in the future. Some of these roles may only be a couple updates away, but other ones may be a couple years away, and some of them may be completely unrealistic. But either way, I would like to see all of these roles added to Red Dead Online. Leave it in the comments down below if there are any more roles that you guys would like to see added to this game. I'm sure there is gonna be a lot of them, and I will read through every single one. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.